And here we are at the Berlin rail station. This is a commuter station in Berlin. At the end of it, I'm not. Oh, the engine from the other direction.
I don't think that was a rail runner.
Oh, yeah, that was a commercial one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think that's the rail runner, right? Or no? Oh, I don't know.
Now it looks like it's hauling some commercial trailers this way too. So
Maybe it's not the rail runner today.
So we have at this point just two Burlington Northern Santa Fe coming through, hauling stuff both directions. Just happened to catch it at the right time. We originally pulled in here because we were hoping to wet our whistle at the Rail Cafe, which is also houses Hub City Brewing Company, and they got a little outdoor patio and all that. Looks like a quaint little place, but I guess they're closed Sunday and Mondays. So, and we just happen to be here on Sunday. So next time we're down here, we'll have to make an effort to come here Saturday where they're open 4 to 8 and look at their selection of beers and see how they compare. See if mine are better. So we're doing a little side trip here, stopping at the Grand Quavaria Estates city lot starting at $14,000. Well, I see two listed at the moment at $15,000, but this is kind of the entrance, the little gate area. There's a couple city lots here. They have water and sewer, and for sale anyway at the moment. There's some things we like about it from what we're reading, some things we don't. One of the great benefits is it's right in town here at the edge of town, and you can see that you've got city water, city sewer, and of course power and gas at each lot. They're about 30-acre lots, and what we're thinking of is if we like one of them, we wouldn't mind doing our very first build here, a small house. They only require about 1,100 square feet, and it'd be a great place for us to stage and prep for the big house in Deer Canyon Preserve. And then when we're done out at Deer Canyon Preserve and move in there, we could use this like as an Airbnb. So that's what's kind of motivating us to take a look. We've already become familiar with the CC&Rs and city requirements, what they allow, because we like the concept of just getting a travel trailer and parking it on the lot, hooking it up to the utilities, and live on the lot while we build, and give us more access to the property easier. Anyway, I'll let you to find the lots that are for sale. Okay, I hiked up above the driveway area. I've never been up here before. There's a small little climb, but you can see down at where the two 24-inch culverts, the trucks parked just past those. So I climbed up the driveway and this little hillside above the driveway just to get an idea where that water runoff, if there's some little simple ravine canal I can dig or something to try to redirect it so it doesn't come down to the driveway and wash out the driveway along the edge and stuff. Anyway, I was hoping there was some little simple channel I could dig and redirect, but as I pivot around on top of this hillside here, you can kind of see behind me, it's just one big wash up here. I don't think there's any way I'm gonna hand dig some little simple trench to redirect this water flow. SOL. It looks like I gotta get heavy machinery up here at some point, especially before the monsoons, if I really want to redirect the water away from the driveway here down below me, which is in front of me. And I'll try to pivot here around and show the other angle. So here's the other angle above the driveway where I'm standing. Again, a forward-looking design instead of over my shot instead of looking over my shoulder. Kind of see it's like the rain washes through here in one big like river or something, It really keeps it real smoothed out a bit. So I'll just walk back down the hillside to the driveway so we can get a little better view of what we're in for here. But this is like where the water flows down off this hillside. And it has carved a channel looking back up the hillside through here, and then it kind of goes right along here, carving out the driveway. Used to be worse before we started the road work here. You know, the backhoe did a little kind of cleanup down here and all that, but we're gonna have to figure out something else for this little channel coming down the hillside, making this crazy little area along here so we can redirect the water a little better. I can see some water came through here while we've been gone, and on this culvert it puddled in down here, and as it dried some of the soil went back in, so I'm trying to, and hardened. So I'm trying to clear it more so it'll be a downhill area for this better. So as I come back down the driveway here to the spot where the two 24-inch culverts are at, I started moving some of the rocks around and stacking up some rocks here, and I got two bigger little boulders down here. These two guys that I think what I'll probably do is when I have some equipment here with a thumb on it, on a bucket with a thumb, we'll move these smaller boulders here and put these two bigger ones at the bottom as kind of the main holding pins to this little rock hillside I'm building up between them here. I'm trying to give something so that this loose soil right in here can be pushed out to the rocks and packed in real good, so it's a little wider and stronger area through here. And then on the other side, really haven't done anything yet. Hoping to start something similar and find some bigger boulders around here to start stacking on this side too. But even though it's like only 48 or 50 degrees or something, with the sun beating down on you and a warm sweatshirt and stuff, it's starting to feel pretty warm out here. Okay, hopefully this will show up okay. Let's press go. Now the numbers aren't looking as good, 38, 39 megabits, 40. And the upload, we're going 6, 7, 8, 9 megabit upload speed. And this is only, again, with 2 bars on this little guy here. Let me just show. Kind of see the 2 little pink bars there. There's 3 more. There are times when I walk this around the truck a little bit and I haven't let the cable go real far. I got it kind of still wound up just to make it easier to put back together when I get it home. But Um, if I can find a spot where I've got a stronger signal, I bet the bandwidth would be a lot better too. So that's the next challenge, is finding a good spot. This is at the little peak spot that we have here. That's the build site's about 200 feet back down this side. We're just at this little peak right here, and then I know it's hard to see on the camera. It doesn't show slopes very well. It's just the way photography is. And then this is more of the downhill going back down to the culverts and stuff. But I'm kind of excited because it looks like we at least have real 5G data, and modem and stuff will work. Not the greatest yet. I'm going to have to tool around with it a little bit more, but we're going to do it, right?
We're gonna do it.
Okay, here's the upper one closest to the road. You can kind of see it back behind my left shoulder here. And it doesn't look like there's really much in the way of erosion here either. Looks pretty good. I'll check the lower side here, get a little better view. Looks good here. Don't really see any kind of significant flow of water at all. And this upper one, I think I have to dig a channel out leading up to it a little more. Kind of see right in here, the bottom here just, it's collecting a little soil, but not very much. But I'm sure any significant rainfall we have, it'll probably clog up with mud or something. So I better dig it a little deeper and a little wider, entering the mouth, the upstream mouth here. Anyway, a lot of stacking rocks today, not much fun, but I'm cleaning up some areas that were a little bumpy. It's all a lot smoother. And the important thing is we were able to get to the bill site now, so we're real happy about that. There's still a lot more work to do on reinforcing the culvert area, the big two 66-inch ones. We got to stack a lot of boulders there. Try to tie them together. There's a lot of different ways we can accommodate that. Anything from steel and rebar to like pylons and netting, and I was thinking of another good one too, some like 1/4 inch or 3/8 inch steel straps, whatever, and bolting them on or welding them on to each culvert, running across there and just stacking the boulders in between them, and maybe some mortar too, who knows. There's ways to really tie that stuff together and strengthen it better so we can backfill more soil and tamp it in better and build it up so it can handle a lot heavier load going across those culverts. At least it handles our truck. That's the important thing. Cheers. So just one other note I thought I'd add after doing our little internet speed / bandwidth test out at the property the other day. I'm going to include a couple other links in the description down below here because I thought it could be really useful if you're in a similar situation where you're in a kind of remote property, but a vendor like T-Mobile looks like they have good service in your area, and you want to mess around with one of these little canister modems that T-Mobile provides. There is a way to upgrade there and provide them a external antenna. And I'll let the experts talk on this. I know it's a real delicate little surgery you're going to do to the little can if you choose to do so. I know our service was, not bad for even today, but of course we could probably get 8 or 10 times the bandwidth if we really had good line of sight to the tower, and if the distance is greater, of course, then you want that external antenna to really boost that signal. Instead of a regular cell phone booster, you want to use one of these that's in this link below that I'll go ahead and put in the description. Of course, the other thing I want to play around with the next time we're out there is repositioning it in different ways, parking it with the truck in a different place or different places, and see if we get any better line of sight of the tower and hunt down exactly where the tower is so I can probably aim the little modem canister, more directly towards it and have a more scientific, if you will, approach trying to boost that bandwidth. But I'm kind of excited because I know the other alternatives out where we're building at is pretty sad right now. And we're all, I guess, all the neighbors out there are eagerly waiting for Elon Musk to rescue them with Starlink. But this might be a almost as good and a far less expensive and solution for people that live in more remote areas but still have good 5G coverage from a vendor like T-Mobile. And again, they aren't sponsoring this channel or anything like that. I'm not being paid to say anything great about them or anything. It's just checking into it and seeing whether it's a good solution for us, and maybe it would be for you too if you're doing something like this on like what we're doing. Thank you for watching an episode of Nature Preserve Life in Mountain Air, New Mexico. If you'd like to follow along and support our channel, please press the subscribe button and gong that bell to be notified. After all, it's free. Free is a very good price. In the future, we'll plan to focus our episodes on our eco-friendly build of earthen construction and dark night astronomy, that big guy there, and tourism of the regional area, as well as establishing a Patreon account for the sole support of wildlife in Deer Canyon Preserve. So stay tuned. Cheers.